Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please consider hitting on that subscribe button, turn on your bell notification so you get to join the family and get to be notified each time I post a new video, right? So we are going to be reacting on, are the Nordic countries just too superior, right? I want to really know about this. So if you really want to know about it as well, stick around, go nowhere. Let's check this out together. Drop your thoughts on the comment section, right? I really appreciate that a lot.
I often feel inferior sitting here in Australia, or even thinking about America or say Serbia, when the Nordic countries are out here living rent-free at the top of the global food chain, straight up apex predators gobbling up every ranking like it's a smorgasbord, while the rest of us are still stuck in the tutorial level. Starting with a classic flex, the world's most livable cities, Vienna might take first place, but Copenhagen holds it down at number 2. And look, Melbourne, you're great with your hook turns and superhero stadiums, but the Danish have crop circle suburbs and canals, body confidence and bike school buses, and a mitten that could fit Michigan. Speaking of body confidence, did you know Finland has over 3 million saunas? And if you zoom in, you can literally see the sauna guardian, this elf named Sauna Tontu.
No mistäpä jutella? Sähän puhut.
Sauna culture isn't just relaxation, it's basically a personality trait. It's Finland, where sweating isn't a side effect, it's a lifestyle. Now, let's look at safety. Look at those tiny numbers in Norway, Iceland and Finland. Meanwhile, other countries are out here treating gun regulations like optional DLC packs.
That's right.
Safety first is basically a Nordic mantra, except der ligger en hund begraven when you look at the Swedish numbers. Of course, not everything is rainbows and canal bola. Here's a map to remind you why staying indoors with your panakaka is always a good idea. But hey, don't compare Europe to the US. Louisiana, are you okay? Blink twice, Baton Rouge, if you need help. This map shows the relief of the Nordic region in all its glory. Look at Norway standing proudly tall there while Sweden tries to get on its tippy toes to equal its bigger brother. This is the annual rainfall. Bergen doesn't lie. Vestlana is basically a waterfall that decided to be a province. If you're not sweating in a sauna, you're getting soaked outside. Arctic Finnmark though, basically a desert by Nordic standards, but shout out to the Sami Parliament. While we look at rainfall, Finland is basically a giant bathtub. Throw in a duck and some bubbles and you've got the most Finnish Saturday ever. Meanwhile in Sweden, every 5 years or so, someone steals all the snow. I wonder if they'll blame the migrants for this one too. Let's not ignore the billionaires. Iceland flexes with its incredible stats. Based on one guy, is being anti-billionaire still trendy? I'm asking for the billionaires. Meanwhile, the Nordics are barely working. Norway averages 3.79 hours a day. The rest of their time is what? Probably spending frowning in tunnels? Some maps just scream, why does this even exist? Like this one, a completely random correlation between things you probably shouldn't put in the same sentence, but hey, Sweden's apparently very potent. Is that why everyone there is blonde? But Japan, why did the map maker put you down there? What is Greece up to? Here's a quirky one, most googled word definitions by country. Norway's obsession with ethics and Finland's search for sauna prove that even their dictionary habits are wholesome. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is just trying to spell Pegasus correctly. But I'm getting very sus about Greece now. Hey, can we please have some roads? Nay. Beautiful map though. And because of that stubborn Norwegian geography god, Norwegians must build tunnels. A few more tunnels and I think Oslo will be part of the lithosphere. I love road maps and planning trips, so here's a good one. It appears you can drive from Malmö in Sweden to Rome in Italy before you can even get to the arse end of Sweden. Ever wondered how Norway could be so wide yet so narrow? This map shows one of Norway's most mind-boggling geography facts. At its narrowest, it's just 8.3 kilometers wide. I've literally been chased by esches further than that. This one's truly fascinating. Australia is closer to mainland Norway's north point than Norway's southern point, and to drive from Norway's southerly point to northerly point is an eye-watering 38 hours, or T as it says here. But bear and wolf attacks? This is absolutely unhinged information here. The wolves seem strategic. They're like, first eliminate the kid, then the sheep are ours. I shouldn't laugh, but it's like a Nordic Game of Thrones subplot. I'm literally sobbing. The world is so cruel. And speaking of existential dread, check out this map. The Nordics literally are the home to metal music. I guess I know what will be on my Spotify playlist as I drive from Narvik to Tampere. And no, this is not wildfires in Scandinavia. This is the population hotspots. And if you really want to feel inferior about your own government, check out the state of democracy in the Nordics. Just look at it, mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And here is where the Nordics shine. Young adults scream for independence. Contrast this with Southern Europe, where your 40-year-old hairy son still expects his mandatory goodnight kiss. I know which one I would rather be. And where do all these young adults live? Well, islands. There is over 400,000 of them in the Nordics. Finland is more island than land. And actually, it's not island. Swedes are all moving to the United States, hugging the Canadian border, trying to cuddle up to all that wokeness and Tim Hortons coffee. Scandinavian women are waiting longer to have kids, which averages around 30. Maybe it's that strong work-life balance, or just enjoying those fika breaks a little too much.
Come and join our Swedish fika. Now my submarines have a massari.
The Nordics dominate the least corrupt rankings. Finland, Norway and Sweden are basically corruption-free zones, while the saying goes, no bribes, just vibes. Apparently Scandinavians are embracing climate change, so they don't need to travel to Spain anymore. But check this out, 30 degrees in Iceland is wild, more like Hotland. Ugh. And we can't forget stereotypes to try feel good about ourselves. This just proves that Norway has more layers than a lurk. But this impossible dialect in the Telemark Valley, let's hear some of it. Why is it so impossible? And here is what the Finnish people think of their neighbours. I love this. Denmark, the land of nothing. Just iconic. So, to sum up, Nordics, we get it. You're cool, you're rich, you're ethical, but if you really want to flex, how about uniting into one country, one flag, one nation? Call it the United States of Higa.
Opsa. Ai, ai, ai.
Oh my god, this was super funny. But I really cannot relate because I'm waiting for you guys to let me know if all he made mention of are absolutely correct. But some I know, and I've reacted to some, so I feel like they are correct, you know. But anyways, let me know what you guys think on the comment section, right? I love the way he explained this with a little bit of jokes in it, right? This was nice, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you guys in my next one. Bye.